A lot of killers here. There's Tweak, there's Larry Lur, obviously Zero and Ally. All those guys here, Zero, Ally, Mr. R, the 1, 2, 3 seeds, and he has earned it. I think the biggest change in Mr. R's game has been the way he carries himself. You know, Mr. R has always sort of been that forgotten top player, in my opinion. And recently, he has been making more of an effort to like show, like, hey, I know I'm good. You need to know it too. Carrying himself with a little bit more swagger.
We're going to see here how this plays out. The Sheik has been known for quite some time in this game, and he's taken big wins on Diddy Kong players in the past with him. So JJ's going to have to come up with something big here to take a win on Mr. R in Game 1. Final Destination's the pick. Not a bad stage for Diddy Kong. No, it really isn't. This is actually a good start stage for JJ. The one thing that we have to always keep in mind for JJ is that his own mistakes have typically been a killer. So as long as Mr. R can sort of take what JJ gives him, he should have no problem dispatching the Chicago Diddy Kong. But if JJ plays up to his supreme potential, I mean, this man has been grinding at more tournaments than anyone else. It could be an upset. We'll have to see. Right now, Mr. R off to a hot start, and nice prediction there from JJ. He left that banana down, knowing Mr. R would go for that patented tech of his, using the, oh no, but he's not going to make it from here, is he? Diddy Kong! Diddy Kong raising from the depths, coming back to the treetops. He made it from the player cam, Nightwing. I know, man. You know, I think JJ might have just reached up and boosted him a little bit out of his player cam. That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous, all right? Diddy Kong is crazy, but you know what? JJ doesn't mind. But he has a perfect air dodge there, getting away from that delayed up air. Not going to fool him. Yeah, and I think the reason that JJ lived there was thanks to Zenotto, though. That was Rising Barrels that saved him. And so, obviously, JJ knows his tech and is still, living with 2 stocks. So as long as he can keep up this impressive tech knowledge, it's possible that he could take it over Mr. R, but not when you get hit with a bouncing fish like that. When Mr. R snips out your roll, cleans you right up, and that's going to be the most important stock here of this Game 1, at least for now. And again, the Mr. R tech on full display, down airing, straight into the banana, cleaning it up with no ending leg. I mentioned that, you know, JJ is got a lot of tech skill and is a student of the game, but my goodness, Mr. R might be one of the most technical players in any Smash game. This guy is just putting on a clinic in neutral. JJ makes it back, and he is officially lapped now. Mr. R is just stifling him at every single turn, applying super safe pressure. And look at those dash dances. This is melee. Wow, and Mr. R put out a video recently talking about how good Sheik's movement could possibly be. Oh! Ow! He was dead. Sir, he was dead. Did I not tell you that Mr. R has decided to carry himself with a little bit more swagger? He decided to absolutely demoralize JJ there. He already had the barrels. The game was over, but no. He pops up and hits him with the dare spike. Ow! That hurt me from here. So much pain. But all right. JJ looks like he's been here before. He's been completely deleted. He got JV3'd by Zero once in this matchup. So he knows how to shake it off. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, JJ is a journeyman. You gotta be coaching in on 500 tournaments attended in Smash 4, which in, what, 2.5, 3 years is pretty dang impressive. And as someone who has been in so many tournaments before, he's gotten completely bodied a couple times. He made a video on his YouTube, which is a compilation of him losing games in less than 30 seconds. It's like 5 or 6 games. JJ is a national treasure when it comes to his YouTube videos. Oh, yeah. On the meme lore and Panda Global rankings, he's #1. Oh, and #1 in our hearts for sure. But he's moving and grooving right now. He is absolutely, sir. Thank you for pointing it out, because this is a completely different story from Game 1 to Game 2. JJ really keeping it even, and actually taking a pretty substantial lead here. Yep, he's got this Diddy Vortex right online. That forward smash might have been a little ill-advised, but he gets the banana back regardless, because those needles are going to go the wrong way from Mr. R. Although Mr. R does grab the stage back, and there's the down tilt up smash enough to take it. Only at 72%, so rate's not really a factor. That was just great percentage knowledge from JJ, knowing that would take it. And JJ playing pretty clean here on his counterpick Town and Diddy. Stop it. That's a shout out to the pre-patch hoo-ha days, man. Yeah, that is indeed. What Mr. R has to do here, though, is figure out what he did in Game 1, and that was just overpower JJ. You know, JJ's defense is on another level right now. As long as Mr. R can find his way in, he should still be able to bring this back. Not enough.
No, it's not. So as long as JJ can maybe get down on terra firma, we
Look at
can
that.
see an advantage.
Oh, but catching the banana and getting the up air, knowing JJ was going to retreat to that platform. But JJ's still living. These are the things that happen when you take away Sheik Rage. It takes even longer than normal to get the stocks.
Right. Mr. R did a lot. I mean, he got his first kill with Bouncing Fish, and because he didn't really have Rage, and that's the one did not kill.
Oh, sneaking past those needles very expertly here is JJ. And he has not been able to really get his feet on the ground yet on this stock, but okay, Mr. R is getting in his head a little with those dash dances again.
Yeah, JJ took that first stock early, but so far has not been able to capitalize with any sort of extra credit. 25% is absolutely nothing in this matchup.
Granted, he's hanging around here, being a thorn in Mr. R's side. All he wants right now is the stock.
Yeah, but a thorn is all he's doing right now. He's not putting on any damage, and it doesn't matter how long you live if you're not doing damage when you have a stock lead.
All right, gonna sneak back on again. These get-up attacks from JJ have been pretty predictable, but not gonna find any serious punish out of it until the roll gets caught up by the forward tilt, which does eventually kill if you wait very, very long.
You know, about 220%, yeah.
And this Mr. R is a completely different Mr. R than the first stock.
Yeah, he seems to have really found his groove.
Getting big damage again.
And again, I think JJ's defense was so good to start this game, but he just was not able to keep it up. Mr. R is just too oppressive with his offense.
The first substantial combo that JJ has found on the second stock. No, missing the grab out of that down tilt. That could have led to even more. But instead, Mr. R gets the lead. However, JJ gets it right back.
Much closer game too, and I'm happy to see it. JJ is trying to make a name for himself, trying to break through that at the next level, and a win over Mr. R could do that, but he's got to try and figure out a way to convert into a kill here. He's got to find his kill for confirm.
And he's pretty close to that percent. This is Town and City. Oh, that dash attack might have been a down tilt up smash that JJ just didn't pull the trigger on.
Unfortunately, kind of dropped it. Was content to spot dodge, playing a little bit too much keep away game. He's got to try and pull the trigger next time.
Is this it? Gets away!
Wow! What an
not
incredible
enough.
weight, but it's not enough. Sheik living by the skin of her teeth.
No respect for the grenade. And okay, JJ, sure, buddy.
He's pulling out all the stops here to try and figure out a way to get rid of Mr. R.
But, oh, those jabs might not have been safe either, but...
And we saw what JJ's win condition in his head right now is, and that's up tilt.
There's 2 minutes left on the clock. I do not think we're going to see a timeout, but it could happen. But he gets the banana, and you hear Chicago being loud.
Yep. And one of the big things for JJROCKETS is his love for the birds up gesture, and I'm sure that crowd is throwing it up for him in support of their boy.
And Mr. R just taking a gentle sip of his water. He's for sure staying hydrated here at Smash and Splash.
That is an important thing.
JJ definitely stays hydrated.
I mean, there's plenty of water here, that's for sure. We are at the Kalahari Resorts in the Wisconsin Dells, the water park capital of the world. And I'm really hoping that we can see another Game 5 here, because JJ and Mr. R have been just so interesting to watch. Their adaptations back and forth to each other. In Game 2, we saw JJ come out to a huge lead, Mr. R bring it back with almost impressive style, and then JJ ends up clutching it out. So these guys have a long road ahead of them, I believe.
JJ gonna strike first here in Game 3 on Smashville, getting a quick monkey flip damage in, and of course, those leads can disappear in an instant. Both these characters are very combo heavy, can get pretty impressive strings, and two of the best neutrals in the game going at it right now.
Oh, and another Bouncing Fish confirmed. Just such bread and butter stuff. Mr. R is never going to drop those. And the great thing about it is that, Sheik has a tough time killing most of the time, but if you can get it early, it's going to be very difficult for JJ to really mount any sort of offense, because he's always on the defense.
Oh, that banana not going to find the mark. JJ finds himself behind about 60% and a little bit of change. But he's close to clawing back again. We didn't see that down air to clear banana at one time in the Town and City game. But now we see it here on display. JJ gonna hopefully start this Diddy Vortex if all goes according to plan for him. Oh, nice item play between both of these players, catching that banana back and forth like a hot potato.
I mean, and that's really like kind of the great way to put it, is that you have to be really conscious of how you use banana, because if your opponent gets a hold of it, that's a lot of trouble for you, because now you have to counterplay your own item. And, she can actually do some pretty cool things with banana.
Oh, but no air dodge shown here for JJ. Catches him out of the jump.
Can do a lot of cool things with up air, too. We saw one there that was just a straight kill, but we've also seen a lot of drag down scenarios for Mr. R.
Great wait here from JJ, knowing that Mr. R could not resist down airing the banana, but it was a feint. Gets the grab instead.
Forward throw is going to push him off stage and let JJ assert himself, but for the first time really getting stage control, but Mr. R takes it right back.
Getting the quick little jabs there, but Mr. R going to fall out of the last couple of hits. And I think Mr. R starting to scout out these rolls really well. Just lingering with that neutral air. It can catch the roll very effectively and very safely and lead to a lot of damage.
Oh, JJ getting right to the ledge there, not messing around, but unfortunately, he still finds himself off stage. Mr. R is just relentless right now on this edge guard.
Yeah, how do you deal with this? It's so hard when you're stuck at the ledge. Mr. R is one of the best ledge trappers that there ever was. And look at that great movement to get back onto the stage. And cleans up the banana, following up with a bouncing fish. The pressure is just relentless.
Yeah, it's an absolute onslaught. There's nothing that JJ can do about this.
Well, now JJ has the stage, but he, instead of going for the down I guess that'll kill.
I mean, it will, but at 107, we saw in game 2 that when he was down a large percent, he had a tough time mounting offense because all he had to do was try and survive. At this point, trying to mount an offense and survive is going to be tough.
But JJ's still around. And there's the rising barrels you were talking about earlier.
And where there's life, there's hope, so I'm not saying that JJ's out of this. Max Rage Diddy is indeed scary, so it's totally possible, but Mr. R is playing so clean that it's going to take a miracle.
Gonna linger around there. Oh, sneaking past that forward smash, Mr. R. Bet it all there. And Mr. R covering just so many options again when you're in this corner. We might just see another one of those up tilt kills, or forward tilt kills.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Sheik doesn't really have a whole lot of other options unless Mr. R gets an incredible read. The nice thing about that is let JJ try and work his offense as best he can. There was an example of using Dare to get rid of Banana that you mentioned earlier, Sturm. Smart play at this point of the match from Mr. R, knowing that there's not a lot that JJ can do that will threaten him in terms of kills.
JJ pulled the Banana just to watch it kind of fly into nowhere while he was trying to land, and he's going to dodge this grenade very expertly, going low with the monkey flip. And Mr. R putting on good pressure again, patient pressure as well.
Wow, and there was finally, again, so much patient pressure until JJ was forced to go to the ledge, and then when he went to the ledge, he gets ledge trumped, and Mr. R takes game 2 with a back air.
Excellent play all around. This is just fundamental Mr. R gameplay. We've seen this time and time again from him. He is so good at just keeping people stuck in the corner. It's like Street Fighter. Yeah,
once you're against that wall, you're in a bad spot. In this case, we don't really have walls, we have ledges, but the scenario is the same.
And it looks like we're taking away those ledges. Going final destination, going to be one platform. All JJ needs in his mind to get this to game 5.
And that's the only way that JJ is going to do this is by, being, again, using that journeyman mentality and realizing that it's always still possible. Comebacks happen all the time in every sport, every esport. Let's see if he can do it here against Mr. R.
The pivot grab coming from downtown, catching JJ there unawares, leading to more damage, and the jab's coming out real quick.
Wow, that movement from Mr. R, dash dancing back and forth. JJ is unable to do anything, sort of on his back heels. Almost got crossed up like a crossover dribble in the NBA.
Indeed, and he's going to continue the relentless pressure here. Another bouncing fish finds the mark, and beep, beep, there's a sheep. All right, no one gets that. So JJ made this video, which is all of his SDs.
It doesn't matter that nobody gets it. Term. We get it.
That's the only explanation I'll get. But JJ's now very far behind after just dying to himself. And I said this when Mr. R was on stream earlier. He doesn't lose when you give him freebies.
No, he is the kind of player that when he gets an advantage, when you give him an advantage, he will put his boot on your throat. And yes, I know my voice cracked. It's almost dead. Shut up.
So here comes the relentless Mr. R pressure. We might see another one of those crazy finishes. The drag down up air, but JJ breaks out.
He does break out, and he breaks right into a forward smash. Wow, an incredibly aggressive option there from Mr. R is going to get him punished and lose his stock. JJ only at 62%. He can make this up.
You know, he's right in there. 62%. It's not. It is significant, but it's not like monumentally giant deficit. So here comes JJ.
If you get trapped in the Diddy vortex, 70% is what you can take just, trying to get out of it.
Fortunately for Mr. R, Sheik is one of the better characters at getting out with things like bouncing fish.
That's
and
true.
Just great movement.
She has a lot of escape options, great movement options. We've seen them on display the entire set here from Mr. R. Let us see if he can keep it up.
And moving back here is JJ, just trying to find a way through this aggressive defense. The best defense is a good offense, and that must be Mr. R's credo.
Yeah, it's his philosophy right now, and it's paying off.
He's trying to sneak back on with the back air, but no blink from Mr. R. Sneaking past the bouncing fish, though. Excellent jump here from JJ.
JJ grabbing up his banana, trying to mount some sort of offense using that weaponized tool.
Good shield on the needles, but Mr. R going to be the one who grabs the control of the banana here.
JJ has brought this pretty far back, though. 63% is nothing to sneeze at. A couple of more combos, and he could be in kill percent.
All right, JJ's back on the stage, but banana to Nair to... Oh, my goodness, that would have been insane.
Oh, wow, and a great air dodge.
I don't think he's got it.
Not this time. Not this time. No recovery from the forest floor to the treetops that time. Great stuff from Mr. R. You know, like I said, putting the boot on the throat. JJ gave him a freebie, and it had not been for that freebie, you know, JJ might have been in better position.
It would have been a completely different set, unfortunately, but that's the world we live in. You
that,
got to hold your L's.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. Sorry, I'm thinking about food, man. I haven't had dinner yet.
Oh, we can grab a bite after this set, I bet.
Awesome, man. That's what I want to hear. So we got one more match coming up for you, and it's going to be a good one. We've seen a slurry of Chicago players, and we have one more for you right now, and that is the man, the myth, the legend, the Ally Slayer, Tyroy.
Indeed, my boy. Everyone's boy. Tyroy's the boy.
Tyroy the boy, going up against someone whom he has a bit of a storied history with in ESAM.
He has a set or two. I think it's just the one set that I can recall from Midwest Mayhem 3,
yes,
which was Meta Knight versus Pikachu.
Yeah, the reason though I say that the history is storied though is because ESAM, in the early days of Bayonetta pre-patch, ESAM and Tyroy did a video together while they were training, and ESAM taught everybody how to SDI.
And so here we go. I think they're going to be doing a button check here.
We are going to be doing a
versus
button check. One thing to keep in mind though as we move into the set is that ESAM has found a lot of Midwestern success